Hello. Hey, listen, no, we have reached home. I'm just going to hang up because yeah, Archana, are you there today?
So Firoz also will be there. No? He'll join.
is Vasudeva a regular person? Archana, just let me know if any of these people are not regulars,
Okay, sir.
because the hospital people sometimes don't use their name,
Okay.
so that's why.
But sir, how to identify them? Because I don't know. So many people
I
join.
know,
Yeah.
but if they are regulars, then it's okay. This guy is this Dhairya Chadda is from representing. Hi Dhairya. Hi Dhairya, can you unmute yourself?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'll just connect with Dr. Khanna.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, she's here. Yeah, hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, ma'am. Dhairya here. Good afternoon.
Hi, Dhairya.
Do you want to just can you make a co-host, Archana?
Sir, I have
Are
made
you
you the host. Now you'll have.
make Dr. Khanna also the co-host?
Okay. I can't serve because I have made you host.
Who made who me?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll make her the co-host. Yeah, fine. Why have you made me the co-host? You are the host. Okay. So we've made you the co-host. Now you can share the screen.
Okay. Can you see?
Yeah, you can.
This okay? Shall we stick with this, or you want me to
This is
go
fine.
back?
This is fine. This is fine. The only thing is that if you can put it off right now,
Yeah.
we'll start and then we'll, you know, we'll then
Sure.
share it. Yeah. Which part of the city are you in?
I'm speaking from the hospital, so I'm at Hinduja only right now.
Okay. Hinduja Hospital connections are sometimes patchy.
Hopefully not today, but anyway,
Sometimes tricky.
I have some backup, at least with my phone, internet, and things like that. If you want, I can just send a copy of the presentation.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
Ah.
That's all right. I'm just saying that in case it happens, then you can send it. But otherwise, it's all right.
Okay. All right.
Sir, can you also let Kshitija enter the meeting? She's, I think, trying
Sorry,
to
what's the
join.
name?
Kshitija. She is trying to join. Yeah, she has joined.
Yeah. That's okay. In a bit, everybody will be able to join. So I'll tell you a little about seniors today. We started out in July 2019 as a magazine for senior citizens, and with a clear understanding that seniors are now, doing very well in life. It's just the age is just a number, and there was no public. There was several publications earlier, uh, the print as well, but they were treating seniors as more. They were looking at healthcare and various benefits, issues concerning seniors, more health and assisted living home and all of that. But we said that let's keep it different and let's look at it as a lifestyle magazine for senior citizens. Yeah, and that's how we are different. And we also started with the premise that seniors are not all that digital unfriendly.
Yeah.
So we started off as an e-magazine from the very beginning. Yeah.
Oh,
and then of course 2020 the entire lockdown and pandemic hit us, and we were forced to also look at doing things differently. But actually it did a lot of good to us. First, we figured that what is the kind of opportunity that exists, and an opportunity exists for having the seniors want information, and that's how we started out with our health webinar. We had no intention to start a health webinar at that time. We started off from June 2020, and we've had around 250 doctors so far.
Wow.
And from Hinduja, we've had around 20 odd doctors. Hinduja Mahim. We've had Roop Goswami, we've got Fulrenu Chauhan, we've got nephrologists, we've got my friend Rajvi Chenoy, who's a arthritis, etc., orthopedic. So we've had quite a few doctors from there. We've had doctors from Beach Candy, Just Low, Bombay Hospital, all of that. I must confess, we are slightly biased towards Mumbai because we are based there. But Yeah, but we've had doctors from Pune, we've had doctors from Bangalore, Hyderabad, not as many from Delhi, I must confess. We would have liked to have more doctors from Delhi. But yeah, that's it. So we've had Roop Kursani a couple of times, and we've had Dr. Rajam Iyer taking a few sessions with us. And yeah, so a fairly good, response from the medical fraternity towards. We've had, as I mentioned to you, we've had Dr. Eric Borges, who runs the palliative care center at Worli, Mahalakshmi. He took a session, as well as a lady, I forget her name, who's a geriatric specialist.
Leena
with
Ganguly.
Sorry?
Leena Ganguly.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, so she's also taken a session with us. So we've had a good run so far, and so that's what we are. We have a magazine which comes out every month, and we have some. Even if I say it myself, we have some top draw writers. We had Harsh Goenka writing for us regularly. Urvi Piramal writes for us regularly.
Wow.
Ayaz Memon, the cricket writer, writes. Deepa Gehlot. So variety of people who write for us on a regular basis. So yeah, so that's what we are. And so as I mentioned to you, that Dr. Roop Gursani mentioned about Living Will at that time. He took two sessions in 2021. At that time, way back in 2021, he said, he's helping people with the Living Will, and he's a big votary for it, and he's also trying to impress upon the government.
Yeah.
But we didn't ever, follow it up, I must confess. But now here we are.
So I have a couple of questions. One is that we will be till 5:45, right?
That's right.
Session. And the other question was, I'm going to take everybody through the making of the Living Will. So I'm going to be using the template. So there has to be some way to send the template to them at the end of this. You have a way to plan that?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, we will have two things. One is that this video will be on our website. Okay, on Monday it will be uploaded. It will be there on our website. One. Second is that if there is a template, and if it's in a PDF form, then we can also attach it to the article that we carry. What we basically do is we carry an article which is written by a medical practitioner, which is takeaways of the webinar. So along with that, we will have if you can have the template sent to us as a PDF, then I'll have the PDF also attached.
I can do that. I will send it across to you.
So if you can have it sent to the team, then they can send it to me. Yeah.
No problem.
All right.
In fact, I would like it if people have a Word edition, a Word version, because this is the template that they will edit and then make the Living Will of. So in a way, it will be useful for them. But of course, you can always go online and change a PDF to Word, and that if that can be done, that's not a problem at all.
We'll try and see what we can do. Make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
But people are fairly.
If you have an emailer or a WhatsApp group, then I can send it to you to send it there.
We can do that.
PDF can go with the article.
Can do that. Yeah. So I will. If you want, I can send you my phone number just now before we go live.
Yeah. Okay.
98338 76278.
98338 76278. Okay.
So we'll try and do that, as well as what I'll do is, along with the article, we'll give instruction as to how to turn a PDF from PDF to Word. We'll also do that. Yeah. Archana, are we starting? Feroz, are we there? We haven't invited all. Hello and welcome to Health Live at Seniors Today. Today we are doing a very special session. We are moving away from handling and discussing an ailment, but the session that we have today is on living wills. And as the topic suggests, living will, what it is, why it matters, and how to make one in India. Some of you who have been regular on our webinars would remember from our sessions in who was a senior just talking about living wills. I must confess, we didn't follow it up really well with him, and we were also not very sure about what the legal implications are. But very recently, a few months back, we've had news that the Hinduja Hospital in Mumbai, Mahim in Mumbai, has a special department for living wills. And we are delighted to have here with us somebody who's heading that team, and that is Dr. Smriti Khanna. Before I, I'm sorry, I'm just going to stop. Archana, can we stop? Can we stop videos of everybody?
Yes, sir, I'll try.
All right, sorry. So yeah, so let me introduce Dr. Smriti Khanna. Dr. Khanna is a consultant in the section of palliative medicine at PD Hinduja Hospital in Mahim with a focus on supportive and home-based care. She practices both adult and pediatric palliative care with a strong interest in medical ethics and end-of-life decision-making. She assists patients in drafting their living will, ensuring their healthcare choices are understood and respected. Dr. Khanna completed her internal medicine residency at the St. John's Hospital in Bengaluru and served as a senior resident in hemato-oncology at the SGPGI in Lucknow. She went on to complete her MSc in palliative medicine from Cardiff in the UK, and she has 6 years experience in palliative care. She has teaching experience, she has trained residents, published original research, mentored fellows, and contributed to government-led training programs in Maharashtra. Welcome to Health Live at Seniors Today, Dr. Khanna.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Pradyuman. And thank you, Seniors Today, for inviting me to talk about the living will. This is actually a clinic that we have started just over 2 months ago. In fact, Dr. Roop Gursahani, who you have already heard, was instrumental in the work behind this and actually the starting of the living will clinic, as we shall see in a bit.
So can I request you to make a presentation, to make your presentation? Yeah. You know, as always, friends, just do remember that, you know, this session is being recorded and we will have the session available to you on our website, seniorstoday.in. So don't worry about taking notes, etc. It will be all there. In addition to that, Dr. Khanna is also going to share with us a template that is there for living wills. So that can, and we are going to be in the takeaways that we carry on Monday evenings, which are published on Monday evening. We will also carry a PDF to this template. So don't worry about all of that. You can watch it, and of course you can always get in touch with us at Seniors Today, and we will help you in every possible way. Right. Thank you, and over to you, Dr. Khanna.
Thank you. So just the basics and the most pressing questions about the living will today. What is it? Why should one make it? How do you make it? And some more questions are what we will be tackling. I'll go through a short presentation and then I will wait for your questions. So these are some of the things that we are going to be running through today. What is a living will? Why does it matter? Who can make it? What is the process? And is it legal? So before we go on to that, I want to talk about what has been universally medically accepted as a good death. A good death is the knowledge, is actually knowing that death is near, to understand what happens at this time. Just the fact that knowing that death is near is in itself important. To have towards the end of life control of pain and other symptoms, being able to maintain one's own dignity and privacy, being able to decide on a desired place of death, home, hospital, native place, wherever it might be, to be able to access specialist care and psychosocial support, emotional, spiritual, psychological support, to have the option to get admitted to hospice services if managing symptoms or managing the problems of the end of life becomes difficult at home, to be able to say farewell to one's near and dear ones. And we can only do this once we know that death is near. And then there is also this, to have a choice of being able to make an advance directive so that one's wishes are actually followed, because it may so happen that when one is nearing death, one may not be able to communicate and therefore not be able to share one's wishes. And this one last bit is also important. It also includes the choice of not having to unnecessarily prolong one's life. So let's start, before we get back to India, let's start with the USA. Some call the USA the world's laboratory for patient autonomy and patient rights, which is quite interesting, because a lot of individualism and a lot of the individualism that is part of medical ethics today has been developed in the West, and the US has always been a strong contender. Once a lot of the equality laws started to come into place, that signaled the end of medical paternalism. To understand what medical paternalism is, I would say it would be a situation, it would be an atmosphere in which the doctor is always right, the doctor knows best, and as a patient seeking treatment, one has to follow what the doctor says. Sorry, I think that my screen sharing has been paused. Can you now see me again? I think you can. And this coincided with the era of informed consent-based decision-making. And so now, anywhere in the world, wherever you go for your medical treatments, you, the person undergoing them, needs to give informed consent. Now, prior to 1960s, medical progress was not that high. A lot of people used to die of diseases that we now treat as curable, that we now think of curable, like say cholera, chickenpox, smallpox, malaria, tuberculosis, a lot of the infective diseases. There were not even adequate treatment for the non-communicable diseases like heart attacks or strokes. And however, from the onset of the 1960s, medical progress almost shot up. There was a lot of focus on intensive care, and so we were able to give artificial life support to a lot of people. This started primarily in Western societies and then moved on to the rest of the world. This was also the beginning of organ transplants. And a lot of patients, the whole system of having an intensive care unit or the ICU started at this point of time. And with the starting of the ICU came also the medicalization of death. Prior to this, if a person were very sick, treatment would happen either in the ward or at home, and the doctor would visit home and treatment would go on there. But now, because of ICUs, because of artificial life support, a lot of medical support possible, many of these people would go to the ICUs. There were still diseases which we would not be able to treat, and this led to the so-called medicalization of death. Now, the concept of living wills was actually started by a human rights lawyer in Chicago. And the whole idea behind it was that patients should get a choice of taking charge of their own last days. This then moved into a people's movement. And then in 1990s, there was the Patient Self-Determination Act, which stated that it's the patient who gets to decide what happens to them. 1 decade later, the conversation around advanced care planning, what is also known as death literacy, understanding more and more about death, started happening. And this is where the Advanced Medical Directive as a document came into being. It started getting linked with US insurance, appointment of a healthcare proxy, making a living will, DNAR orders. These are all things you must have heard either from friends or family living in the US, and now it's becoming commonplace even in India, especially at least in the major metro cities. And this is now the birth of the advanced care planning or the living will. So all this we knew, we're talking about the USA, but what happened in India simultaneously? I'm sure a lot of you must remember the Aruna Shanbag case. This was the case of a nurse in KM Hospital who was molested and almost left to die by a KM Hospital worker. She spent years in what is known as a persistent vegetative state. And finally, there was a petition in 2011 to be allowed to stop feeding